Hello Year 8s. So today we're going to be painting our tertiary colours, and our tertiary colours are these colours that have both a primary and a secondary colour next to them. So you've got here a primary colour yellow, and then we've got our secondary colour green, and in between we will get our tertiary colours. So we're going to be painting these today, and I've started off with just my primary colours so far. So I'd like you all to start off with the same base. Once you've done that, like, you start putting in your secondary colours in there as well. Take them straight from your palette. So I'm just going ahead and picking up that green. I'm twisting my paintbrush and I'm making sure I'm picking up a lot of that pigment so it's nice and pigmented. So I'm going to go ahead and paint that on, just carefully outlining it, and just look at the way I'm holding my paintbrush. Remember, we mentioned this before, we want to be holding it like a pen or even a pencil. I'm just going to go ahead and paint that in. And once I'm done here, what I'm now going to do is go ahead and move on to my tertiary colour. So I'm going to start off by picking up back a little bit of that yellow, and you do need your palette to mix this. Do not mix it straight into your colours in your palette. We do want to be able to do it on the lid rather instead. So I'm going to mix that yellow. Now I'm going to pick up on some of that green and just mix it together. And you should get then your tertiary colours. You can mix it till you're to the point you're really happy. I'm going to mix a little bit more yellow into that, so it's more yellowy green. Perfect. And I'm going to do the same thing, pick it up, twist it, so then I've got this little tip, and I'm going to go straight in, and if it bleeds into each other, that's okay. I almost want it to kind of blend into one another. So I'm just going to go ahead and outline it like so. I'm going to wash my paintbrush and just kind of scoop that colour in there as well. And you should then get your tertiary colour. I'm going to do the same thing by mixing my primary blue with my secondary green like so. So I'm going to pick up my blue, go ahead and put that on my lid. Always mixing on our lid because it's easier to clean. That way you can control how much colour you want. And I'm going to go ahead and mix that green in there as well. A little bit more green. And that's okay. I'm just going to go ahead and add a little bit more blue as well. Quite happy with that. I'm just going to go ahead and add that straight on to my colour wheel. Just mixed a little bit more blue in there. And as I'm mixing, I am turning my paintbrush, but I would like you to turn your sketchbooks rather. And I'm adding that very carefully on the edge there. And if it bleeds in, that's okay. I quite like it. If you want it to stay within, you can just carefully keep it within the box, the little section there. I'm going to wash my paintbrush, just tap the excess water off as well. And with that clean paintbrush, I'm just going to smudge that green inwards, so there's some neatness in our colours. And you should then have, I'm going to zoom in a little bit, you should then have your tertiary colours being built alongside. So I'm going to go ahead and do another recording of a time lapse of how this then looks once it's complete.